I think A, fast-paced and thrilling, because I don't know, it attracts me more than if it's slow.
Okay, I would say a mixture, since it supports the genre of your horror trailer, and I would say more suspense than fast-paced. You know what I'm saying?
I'd say a mixture of both, because you don't want too much of one thing, because it'll leave the same events and be boring.
Yeah.
Fast-paced and exciting,
Why?
because like you don't like get the information all in at once, so you just sort of have to like think everything out and try and get it for yourself.
I think both. Can I say both?
Yeah. You can say a mixture.
Okay, a mixture. Because you can start off slow and then pick up the pace a little bit.
I think maybe you could show them, but not show that they are the killer.
You should not reveal the killer, as you know, that's what most horror trailers do.
Not show them at all. Give the audience some suspense, I'd say.
Not show them at all,
Why?
because it builds up suspense. You don't know what you're going up against. It's the fear of the unknown sort of thing.
I think show them in a silhouette so that they're there but they're not.
Ooh, that's good.
I think more gloomy, but yeah, gloomy, and like some like quick flashing.
All right, yeah, that's good.
Gloomy and Loki, definitely.
I'd say Loki, because that's what most trailers are using anyway. But
Yeah.
use a mixture of both if you want.
Or a mixture.
A mixture.
Okay, why?
Well, because like if it gets gloomy, you get sort of a bit tired of it, and it gets quite very systematic. So then, if you sort of have unnatural light and gloomy, you sort of change things up a bit.
More unnatural light.
Unnatural lighting, yeah.
Then dark and gloomy,
Okay. Why?
because dark and gloomy is so stereotypical horror movie.
More noise. I think like really loud random noises.
Okay.
Just like, yeah.
Okay, I would say you should have a mix, but more of more noise. If you get what I'm saying.
Why?
Why? It's because like if the whole point of a horror trailer is to at least get someone into your horror trailer, and without sound and without what you've got inside, like.
Yeah.
That's a good question. I'd say use both, but I'd say use more noise than silence, because silence can just build tension, I think, and make the audience anticipate what's going to happen next.
Silence, because less is more. Because if it gets if it's sort of too noisy, the person sort of listening can get really sort of overwhelmed by it.
Yeah.
But I think silence is much more better, because you sort of have this sort of eerie feeling of something's going to come.
Silence with outbursts of noise, because silence often leads to a climax, but you could put the outbursts of noise in weird places that people aren't expecting it.
Edit, definitely edit, because yeah.
Okay.
Quick, to be honest. Once again, it supports the genre of your horror trailer, and yeah, like a montage. You get what I'm saying? You have just a variety of things happening. It appeals more to the audience.
Both? Alright, why?
Because long takes will be just too long, and you just kind of lose interest in it. Montage is just quickly soon. You make you think. If you just do montage, then makes you think what just happened.
Yeah, makes little effect on you.
Long takes to build suspense, because if you do sort of short takes, it sort of kind of brings everything quite down quite quickly, and maybe people will be able to figure out how what could happen. So if you do long takes of like a lone figure from afar, you sort of be like, what's that? And you sort of curiosity kills the cat sort of thing.
A mixture, because you can start off with long takes and that builds your suspense, and then if you have an outburst of noise or something like that, then you can use quicker takes.
I think maybe the beginning.
Okay. Why?
Because it's like, I don't know, because to introduce I don't know, give it a theme.
I would say at the end, because once again, it adds onto that suspense, if you know what I'm saying. So it leaves kind of like it leaves us like, you know, thinking, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And they'll want the audience coming back for more.
You could, I'd say at the end, because that's what they usually do in films.
Why do you think they do that?
I don't know, just to kind of make it rub off on you, I'd say.
Yeah.
I think none, but I think you should put it like throughout so they can piece it together themselves and sort of the audience have like some sort of participation in the whole sort of film.
So you mean like captions throughout?
I'd say beginning then, actually. Just because it sounds a bit weird. And if you start with it, it might be quite cool.
Main character, I think. Yeah.
More personal, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say focus on each, if you get what I'm saying, on different types, because like the more the better, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, and like since you've got different characters like being
Killed.
killed exactly, and once again it does appeal to the audience and it leaves us coming back for more.
I would say equal time, but you need a main character and they need to show up more. So you need to make the audience know who's the main character. So I say main.
I think you should give. I think no main character mainly, or maybe a specific, maybe just a character. It doesn't have to be the main. So you just sort of wonder. So the audience sort of get a feeling of like, is it just going to be about them, or is it going to be more people? So you don't have to reveal everything all at once in this one trailer.
I think more the surroundings than characters. And any character that is introduced may be done in a silhouette or in dark so you can't actually see, because then that leaves the audience wondering who's actually there.
Or you can use mixture.
Yeah, I think a bit of both.
The fade out, because it adds onto that dark kind of effect.
Yeah.
And, you know, I say that it affects the mood of the people who's watching it as well, and that's basically kind of the whole point of psychological. It plays with art.
I'd say fade to black because I really
Fade
like
to
fade to
black.
black.
Okay, cool.
Fades to black. And also, sort of fades to black sort of leads to this sort of like foreboding feeling that something's going to happen, and maybe you can flash to white once in a while to sort of.
So a mix.
capture them.
I think fades to black because it's that thing of the fear of the unknown, and because black is quite gothic colour.
Yeah.
Normal lighting.
Ooh, I'll say natural lighting.
Yeah.
But you don't really see, like, in psychological films, you don't really see places that, you know, have different kind of like lightings, if you get what I'm saying. It's not really bright,
Yeah.
and it's usually dark and gloomy, if you get what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
I'll just say natural lighting.
Now let's focus on the lighting.
The natural
Yeah,
lighting.
let's focus on that.
Yeah? Why?
Rather look at colour than in blue because my eyes get all funny if it's just in one colour.
Yeah. It's more natural, I think.
I think you should use like filtered, because you know it doesn't have to be natural because you're doing a horror movie, so like maybe because horror movies aren't really always natural things, so use filtering.
I think you should use a mixture of filtered and natural. But if you're going to use filtered, use weird colours.
Weird colours. Okay.
i.e. grey, dark brown.
Maybe basement, garden at night, staircase and landing.
I'll say the most creepiest one right now is the low-lit one. The low-lit staircase and landing, if you get what I'm saying. Because since your genre is psychological, and most psychological films, you get what I'm saying, are set in kind of like a house.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And then the next one I'll say is basement, definitely. Because obviously that's where I won't say villain, but the killer, that's where his hideout usually is, somewhere like below the ground or something like that.
Yeah.
And next would be garden at night, because you know, obviously we're outside and it's dark. Unless you have lighting, you can't really see anything.
Yeah.
So if you get what I'm saying, the killer like could just come out of nowhere, you get what I'm saying, without.
So the darker the better.
Yeah, the darker the better, you get what I'm
And
saying.
then the last
I'll
one's
say
the bathroom. Yeah.
The least creepiest one, that's the least creepiest one to me. Because like, you know, it depends, once again on lighting. because like someone's not just come out random while you're in the bathroom washing your hand or taking a bath and stab you out at random.
They do, like in the mirror. Do you remember?
Psycho. Or maybe in
Yeah,
Psycho.
Psycho.
Maybe.
But yeah, you don't think generally it's a creepy place.
I'd say basement, then the dark stairs, then the garden at night. But I say bathrooms least because it's so bathroom.
Basement, garden, low lit staircase and landing, bathroom.
I think bathroom as number one because it's creepy and because I've seen other horror films in a bathroom, i.e. using mirrors in bathrooms. Bathroom, basement, garden, low lit.